Okay, perfect. Looks like we are live on this late Sunday live stream of our game dev here at DevStream Games with our Project Grand Vault uh, game. Uh, Let me know if you can hear my voice fine, if the music is too loud or not. Just let me know, and guess I'll be correcting that on the way. So how's everyone's Sunday? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Just like celebrating with my sister and my mom today on their special day. Um, so yeah, excited to live stream our game dev for the first time. Usually Kyle does it, and he's like doing a really good job on this. So I can live up to his level. So we'll see. Okay, again, for those watching, let me know if the music is too loud, if my voice is not loud enough. Hey Kyle, how's it going? Can you hear me fine? Like the music and the voice, is it fine? I found this like really nice playlist on Spotify that's supposed to be uh, like free to use. So it says it is safe to use on YouTube videos and live streams. So I guess we'll see if our video is not banned in the future, then I guess I'll keep using this playlist. It's pretty cool because it's like 7 hours of like free to use music. So I don't know. Awesome, nice. It's very nice. Okay, today I'll be working a little bit on what is our um, artificial intelligence. We've implemented a few versions in the past, but because we were having some issues with our server and with the engine as well. Okay, let me lower it just a little bit. Actually, I think oh, how can I do this? You know what? Where's the volume mixer? Let me just use it here in Spotify. Yeah, I think it's better. Perfect. Hopefully it'll be better now. I don't know why sometimes my microphone is not loud enough. Okay, oh well. So yeah, what I was saying, we have implemented a few versions of our artificial intelligence before. I think at some point we got it to a point where we were kind of happy. I would say happy a little bit with what it was doing, although we thought it was like too freaking hard. Like it's like the hardest AI that we could have ever programmed for this game. So I'm just re-implementing it. I don't know, making things cleaner and probably just add another few options for it to work better. Let me see. So here we are. Right now we only have one character working, which we called River. Okay. So we have the blueprint here, which is, I think, is where most of our work will happen today. So let me just drag it here. Okay, here it is. So what was happening before with these blueprint is that we were, I don't know, I got carried away by my, I don't know, like programming soul, I'd say. And then we decided to go with programming some things with C++. The AI among those things. So at the beginning it was fine because the AI was working like so good. Um, so previously we were using only blueprints, uh, and it wasn't really working for us. So we decided to go to C++, which was like working like much better. Uh, but then there was the issue that I was the only one able to modify things on the AI because I was the only one with the C++ knowledge on our team. So it was kind of like I like blocking some things for uh, our team to develop for the game. So we decided to go back to only using blueprints. Um, And then what was happening, we had some issues with our engine, with our server, so we ended up just like porting everything over to a new project. And the AI was ported over, but not entirely because one part was still in C++. So when we were going to like modify things, like okay, let's fix this. It's like, oh no, I can't open the blueprint. Why? Because these blueprint was still tied to the C++ code. So it's like, oh no, um, we need to recreate this blueprint. So that's fine. So because we have all the elements here, so we only needed to create the blueprint, kind of like create the functions again. Um, let's see where we are. So yeah, so what we did in this case, we created these parent class for the Ragnar. That's how we're calling our enemies. Um, and uh, then we created these, uh, the river, which let me show it to you here. I get this little guy. Uh, some would say it's very similar to a Mega Man Legends creature, which um, I don't know, could be. Um, so this little guy we call the river. Um, and the advantage, I think, from a programming perspective, to have a parent class is that we can have like general things for uh, all our creatures, so we don't need to program them again, uh, right? We would only be uh, programming it once, and then if need be, we would only overwrite some things. Like for example, we have, for example, the this event like the Ragnar close range attack. So we would only need to like implement it once here or define it once here, and then on the river we would actually just like override it if we need to. If we don't need to, sometimes we don't overwrite things. Like for the main characters, we're doing the same thing. Um, so yeah, that's basically it. I need to open another window because I'm still trying to port over from our old project some things that I probably don't remember quite as well. Um, okay, so let's get to it. So let me show you guys what we have here for our behavior tree. So we have defined different classes for our monsters. Um, this one we are calling the chaser. Uh, Basically, the chaser it's a creature that, just like the name says, it'll go after characters uh, as long as they are in like a defined area, like a defined radius, basically. So what we're doing here, um, we we're like constantly trying to find the enemy. In this case, would be either Vance or Maya. So here, like you see here, we're trying to just find the enemy. If we don't find it, then we'll just choose like a random location in the navigation area, um, and then we move to that destination. Um, if we find the enemy, uh, then we have two uh, states. One, it's like an alert state in which uh, I want to say our enemy or the Ragna creature doesn't know exactly what's approaching to them. It's like, so okay, I see something that's coming toward me. Is it an enemy? Is it something else? So it'll just keep looking at the character. Um, if we at some point leave that area and they don't see us anymore, then it will return to just like moving randomly. Then if we get closer, it's another radius that we have defined. If we get closer, then it'll become aggressive toward our main characters. So depending on the distance, and probably that's one thing that we will modify on this character because this comes from a previous implementation um, where this creature had two different kinds of attacks. One was like a middle range in which it would shoot like projectiles to our character, and the other one it would just like actually like headbutt or kind of like spin around. Like if you see this creature, it has like these like spikes for arms, so it'll just like spin really fast, and each one of these uh, would cause will inflict damage to our character. Mm, so I don't know. What do you think, Kyle? Because if we're doing this as a chaser, uh, we wouldn't need to like attack from the distance because it would need to come after us, um, after ourselves. So yeah. So hold on 1 second. Just got this window pop up here. Uh, 1 second, please. Uh, Find content browser. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, so what I was saying is this part, actually I was referencing the wrong part of the behavior tree, but this part is where it like launches projectiles toward our main characters, so we'll probably get rid of this. Uh, hey Slinger Tube, how's it going? Okay, so Kyle says it makes sense to me. At least for the basic type of this enemy, perhaps a more challenging version of this enemy can appear later in the game and have long range attacks as well. Yeah, that's totally cool. I don't know if you allow me to show you here. Have this book. It was actually, I think it's Kyle's property. So it's called Level Up, the Guide to Great Video Game Design. So in one of these pages, they explain. Actually, I think it's a very useful book. Uh, oh, nice, nice. Glad you're checking us out. If you like the content, just like it, subscribe. Uh, Trying to get to more people and share our gaming ideas through this channel. So thanks for tuning in today. So yeah, so in this book they explain like different types of enemies that we can add to our games. So for the basic part, we can use this chaser uh, type of enemy. Oh, awesome! Thank you, Slinger Tube. Um, okay, so yeah, uh, this is like the basic type of chaser. We have other types of enemies or like behavior. So we have the shooter, we have the guard, we have the flyer. So there are like interesting combinations we can do with these type of characters to make our game more challenging, right? So we can, I don't know, we can combine like yeah, like a chaser and like small flyers, depending on what we need. So we can like add like a chaser and then a shooter. So we need to like dodge like melee attacks, and then we would need to actually like dodge projectiles as well. So okay, let's get back into these programming. Um, so yeah, so for now we would have only like close attack. Close attack could be either like a headbutt or like spinning around. So let's work with that right now. Um, okay, so let me delete this part. Um, perfect. So no, let's get this closer to this lecture. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but sometimes it is a bit difficult to know what type uh, of composite node to use here, like either selector or sequence. Um, so I don't know. I found out that it depends on what we want the actions to be. Um, so I always use a sequence when I know like all of these um, actions should like there is like a very small how do you say that? Like a very, very small chance for like any of these actions to fail. Because if one of these fails, then the sequence fails, right? So for example, if the character is trying to find a random location, but it doesn't find the random location, then all of these fails and it wouldn't move. Which makes sense actually, because if you don't have a point, like a location to where to move, then why would you move like at all, right? But in contrast, a selector, like if this sequence fails, it can always go to these, right? That's why we have uh, like a decorator here. It's kind of like a conditional. So because any of these can happen, um, it has to decide which one, right? But we don't want like these to fail, otherwise our character wouldn't always attack. Um, so we need to, after we got to this part, we need to decide like, okay, so is it aggressive? It's not aggressive. So if it's aggressive, then oh yes, we need to look at the character. If it's not aggressive, then uh, sorry, if it's not aggressive, we would need to look at the character. If it's aggressive, then we would need to attack our main character. So in this case, it would be like Vance or Maya. Um, sorry, my cat is like he doesn't like me to work at the computer, so sometimes you may hear he's complaining in the background, so apologize for that. Okay, just let me drink some water. Okay, so we have these tasks here. By the way, for those of you who don't know, these are called tasks, which is basically things that we want uh, the pawn to do, right? So if we go to these tasks, we would see what it's doing. So when it receives the execute AI, which is like a notification for this to happen, it'll get the the actual location. In this case, it would be the location of our river, right? Um, so it'll get the origin, um, and then it gets with this function. I think this is like built in Unreal. So in a radius, it'll choose like a random point to which uh, our character will move. How does it move? We use blackboard keys. Blackboard keys are um, variables that uh, uh, we define that for our AI. Like uh, they're not necessarily the variables we have on these blueprints, but it's actually on the behavior tree because the behavior tree will define, like it says, like it will define the behavior of our character, right? So for now, let's see. Um, actually, um, okay, let's break the link to here. So let's see how this is working for our character. Um, so first of all, um, we need to add here a navigation. No, it's not a navigation. It's a volume. Uh, okay, yeah. So it's a nav mesh volume. I think this is the one. Nav mesh, yeah. So we can just like make it a bit larger. Let's move it to another area. Actually, let's move it here so we can. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just like getting back into this. Um, and I think, could be wrong, but I think they have changed some things here. Oh no, this is the one that I'm using on the other version. Okay. Yeah, navmesh bound. That's the one I was using. Yeah, sorry. It's like sometimes for some reason, like this, like the green area doesn't show up. I don't know if it's happened to you. It usually does. Um, Sometimes it doesn't. So let's see. And let's dump our character this part. Let's see if it works. Um, I don't want to check out this. Let's see if it works. Okay, let's see if what's happening here. Oh, probably. Um, let's take a look at the. Okay, Kyle says, I think there's a hotkey that enables the green visualizer. Yes, I think it's P if I'm not wrong. But yeah, um, I had it with P. Well, it's not. So I guess that's fine. Um, oh. Okay, so let's take a look at, I think I know what the issue is. Actually, let's go to here. AI controller. So our controller is called, I have the name here, AI chaser controller. There. Let's save first. I always like to save first and then compile. Sometimes I compile first and then my engine crashes. And it's like, what was I doing? And let's see if the controller is doing what it's supposed to do. Where's the controller? Uh, okay, yes, it's referencing the correct blueprint. Sorry, behavior tree. Okay, so let's save this. Um, I don't know why. Let's check it out. So, perfect. Let's play again. I see something moving in the background. Oh, it was moving. Maybe let me change this thing to another part because I'm not gonna see this. Okay. Save. I don't know. I think so far Maya is like my favorite character. Oh yeah, it is moving. Oh, like first of all, it's like moving super fast. I think it's because I'm getting closer, so that's why it stops moving. Yeah, it's because it gets closer, so we're kind of like in the area that's like. Uh, okay, let me show you. So I'll stop this. Uh, yeah, it's because it's searching the enemy. So it sets. Let's go to this function. I'll show you. So okay, with all of these, what we're doing is just like finding the enemy, and if it gets close, then it sets the enemy to close. So that's why it stops moving when we're like inside an area. Um, so yeah, so that's why it stops. But first of all, it's moving like super fast. So we just put it here. I guess I can like actually like modify this thing, the mesh, so that everything moves down. I guess it's like alright. I'm just going to like eyeball it for now. A little bit more. Okay, Kyle says, yeah, make that enemy super slow. Like it has to stop and think about that it is I guess what it is trying to do. Yeah, so those are like things uh, that we need to do. So, okay, so I think this is more like closer, yeah, it's closer to the ground because it was kind of like floating and it still is a bit high for my taste. So, I'm just going to lower it just like a little bit here. Yeah, I guess if uh, these parts are a little bit like inside the mesh of the floor, it's fine. Yeah. Okay, so Let's go to the class details. Um, I think the movement is here somewhere. Okay, yes, so max walk speed, yeah, it's like 600. It's like super fast. So let's make it like 100 to see how it looks. Is the music still too loud, or is it fine? Or like, can you hear it at all? There we go. There we go. Oh, you don't hear music. Oh, this music. I think it was like 2. Oh no, we have errors. We have errors. How about now? I think music is very important for me to work on like anything. Okay, Kyle says, feel free to delete those pickup actors. I think I will, because like if I... Okay, let's play with Vance. It's not... Faintly. Yeah, because I've picked them up. I don't think I have the latest version of the HUD yet, so... Looks kind of... I don't know, I like the colors that you had last time, so... Okay, I want to do something. Just want to make sure. I'm just going to delete this blackboard base condition, this decorator. Save. We can like put it back in next time. So let's go with my there. Now we can get closer and it won't stop. So yeah, so right now it's moving like much better. I would say we can make it like even a bit slower. Let's see. Oh, nice. What happens if I... Oh, nothing happens. Okay, it's fine. Oh, hey Kratostos, how's it going? Today it's me streaming instead of Kyle. I'm just working on some AI. Let's see what these errors are. Oh, something about the camera boom. Probably won't need to worry about that for now. I'm Julio, by the way. I think you've seen me comment on some of Kyle's streams. Okay, so yeah, the character's moving fine. I think it's selecting a random point in this area to decide where to move to. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make it a bit slower. Just wanna get this right. So it's like go. Oh, nice. I don't like the AI in Unreal. I think it's pretty cool. You ended up using behavior trees or your own like blueprints. Let's see. Okay. Did I ever try to jump an AI? I'm sorry, I don't follow your question. If you can explain a bit further. maybe I'll be able to provide some insights. Um, yeah, I think it walks fine. So now to Kyle's point, I'll make it wait like as if it doesn't know what to do, like a dumb AI basically. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to add another task. I think there's a task called wait. Yes. So 5 seconds is definitely too long. Oh, let's make it 2 seconds to see how it behaves. Excuse me, had a barbecue this afternoon. Still so full. Okay, let's play again. Oh, is what you have already managed to blow up an AI in a map? No, I think what we have right now, it's like a very simple AI. Um, right now, even though it's only moving, we have other things that we have implemented, but we need to fix as well. Like right now, it only walks and it attacks. But that's about it. Oh, sorry, I need to delete this. Okay, probably 2 seconds, it's too long. Oh, where are you going, buddy? What do you guys think? Maybe 2 seconds it's too long, or maybe it's just about right. I don't know, I'm like an impatient guy, so I'd like it to be moving all the time, but I understand Kyle's point to have it think about what it needs to do. Okay, so Kratosto says, I never success on it. I know there's a nav link proxy for that, but it didn't work for me. Oh, really? Well, if you're referring to these, um, are you using this, the nav mesh? Oh, no worries, dude. My English isn't perfect either. I'm not from Canada. Like my first, uh, my native language it's Spanish. So, je parle français as well. Sorry, it's like about all I know about French. Supposed to know a bit more French, but yeah. So if you're referring to the nav mesh, this is what we use. It's called the nav mesh bounce volume. So what it does, it defines an area in which the AI moves. So right now it's only this big, but you can make it bigger. Um, and if you see, the green part is where, like the area, the actual area in which the character will move. So like if we make it a bit bigger, it'll recalculate the area, and then when we play again, it'll show how it goes further away. So it'll actually go past the block here. Yeah, so it'll go further. Okay, so I guess we can leave it at 2 seconds for now. So we can modify it later. You can attack the guy with... Oh, missed it. Okay, let's delete these. Sometimes I have like issues trying to like rotate the camera. Okay, Kyle says, LOL, I should have been more generous with channel time on that skill. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I love that skill. I don't know. I think it's one of the things that makes Maya my favorite character so far. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Vance as well. Uh, but I don't know. Just I think Maya is like it's pretty cool. Uh, yeah. Okay, so Kratosa says, I know already the nav mesh balance volume, but if you want your AI to jump. Oh, I see. Yes. Now I get your point. And no, and we haven't used it because for now we don't have AIs that jump. Um, we only have this little guy, uh, which only like walks around. And I don't think we'll have a jumping enemy. I don't know, Kyle. Uh, I think we haven't discussed this yet. Uh, we're still in the phase of designing different types of enemies, but so far we have this character. Let me show you. We have, I think it's called Tsume. Oh, no. Fugu. Yes, we have this, which is just the name's like TBD. Uh, so, and like characters that we have uh, already kind of designed. So we have this little guy too, which is only like a flyer. Um, oh shit. Pardon my language. Yeah, so it doesn't jump or anything, it just like flies around and it attacks you with these spikes. I think most of our characters are like spiked based. Um, but yeah, so yeah, and thanks for your question, but no, we haven't used that. We barely use the nav mesh bounce volume. So if you ever get to make it work, be happy to hear about your finds. If we get to make it work, we'll discuss these findings as well on this channel. Um, okay, so let's continue. Yeah, I guess I'm not as happy with these, so I'll just reduce it. Okay, one thing that I want to check if what enemy is it looking for? Search for enemy. It's another function. Yes. It's actually right there. Excuse me. Just drink some water. Okay, if you want, there is a free plugin for pathfinding for flying AI. Oh man, that's awesome! It's actually, we'll take a look at that. Probably save some work. We actually have a different. We've downloaded different plugins from the marketplace, which are very useful. I don't know if you've seen our Havenlock City sky. We have a dynamic sky, which is like pretty cool. It changes like time of day, even like the clouds, like overcast. It's all dynamic. So we can play with those values. It's pretty cool. So we have, yeah, we've used several things from the marketplace. Thanks for bringing that up. We'll make sure to look into that as well, because yeah, anything that helps speeding up the process, it's welcome. So yeah, so on the search for enemy function, we're using the PGV main. This is the main parent class for our main characters. As you know, we have two main characters. We have Vance and Maya. So we don't want to program things twice. I mean, some things we need to program things twice, like especially their attacks, because they're like completely different. They're different types of characters. But when it comes to AI attacking our characters, we didn't want to like, okay, search for Vance or search for Maya, so it'll like double up everything. So that's why we created a main class, and our characters are just uh, like, let's say, like children of that parent class. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, so it's fine. So it's trying to find the actors that we wanted to find. Let's add these. Um, Decorator, Blackboard based. So if it's not set, because it means it's false, it hasn't found the enemy. So if it's not set, then it'll stop looking at our. It'll stop like trying to find a like what do you say, like it'll stop trying to find a random location. Have we bought particles in the marketplace? I'm probably not the guy to answer that question because I haven't worked on particles myself for this project. So maybe Kyle, if you're still on the chat, if you can answer Craigtostos' question, have we bought any particles? I'm not sure. I would say no. I think all the particles we have, we've created them ourselves, but I could be wrong, and I don't want to be like speaking things that I shouldn't say. So yeah, Kyle, if you care to like chime in and give us some light on the matter. Okay, so back to the AI. Yeah, so if the enemy is not close, oh, awesome. Yeah, yeah, I figured as much, but I just wanted to make sure. Oh, for sure. Like, there are like things that blow my mind in the marketplace. I think, I don't know if it's ready yet. Like a year ago, I saw this plugin for like dynamic like weather, and the rain was so beautiful, but it was still like a work in progress. And I was like, man, like we should really use these for our game. But at that point, like I said, it was just a work in progress, so we didn't buy it. I failed to like follow up with that plugin, so maybe later. Oh man, I think you will. Like if you're working on your own game, um, I don't know, just you'll just get there. I mean, um, for us, it's been the case. If we see what we did, like um, oh, thank you, thank you. Um, yeah, if we look at what we did, like I don't know, let's say 2 years ago, 1 year ago, things are like much better, much better. And I gotta say, it's like hats off to Kyle. Like he's basically like single-handedly like level up everything in our game. I try to work as much as possible. Uh, Sometimes I can't because I have a like a day job that's like completely unrelated to game development. I wish I could like work on these like full time. Unfortunately for now I can't, but I try to do my part. But yeah, mostly Kyle has done like most of our work. We have other collaborators helping us with some animations, helping us with music, helping us with 3D models. So yeah, so it's been actually it's been like a team effort for the most part. Uh, so yeah, no, it's like keep working on your game. Like eventually you'll get there. Um, the thing with these, like for example, it took me a while for me to figure out to create like like even the most simple AI, it took me a while to figure it out because I didn't really know how to use different composites, how to use like services or decorators or tasks. So it was like an R&D phase in which I would create uh, like dummy AIs in like separate projects. I was like watching like video tutorials. Sometimes they were good, sometimes they weren't as good. But still, like any type of information you can get out there, it's very valuable for like what you're trying to do. Um, so yeah, back to the AI. So okay, so we got this. So I added again these condition so that our character stops moving once we're in a location. But I think probably need to lower the radius uh, because I think it's like too big, too large, uh, and uh, get all actors forward vector the best distance. I think it's 1000. It's too much, so I'm going to lower it to. Uh, I don't know. Let me see. What's the radius of this? Mesh. Where is it? Actually, it doesn't say. Um, no, I just want to lower it to at least half. Here. Let's lower it to half to see how it looks. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, it's walking. Let's see. I think my headphones died for like a second there. So far, okay, if I get closer, stop moving. Yeah, it stopped moving. So if I get, okay, perfect. So yeah, I think probably make it a bit larger. Um, let's make it 750 units. Oh, okay. By the way, you can use an enum for the state in your behavior tree instead of using boolean for checking if enemy is close. You can have many state as you want. Okay, thanks for the tip. Definitely look into it. Probably just uh, do it off camera because I don't want to like look bad trying to figure it out. It's like, what is that? No, but yeah, like great suggestion. I'll definitely look into it. Maybe next time I stream if I made it work. On result change. I think on value change. That's what I had. That's yeah. Because what happens with on value change is that as soon as this thing changes, it'll update the state of the AI. Okay. If I get, yeah, definitely it changed. Okay, let's wait until it moves to like some other part. Why does it keep moving here? Just move somewhere else. Oh yeah. Oh no. I think I had it the way it was supposed to be. Okay, it should stop moving now, yeah. Yeah, and result change. Okay, I think it's time to link this again. So, you know what? Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna bring some more water so you guys don't creep out. I'll disable my camera for just a second. I'll bring some water because, yeah, this is taxing on my voice. Just 1 second. Alright, I am back. Yeah, just bringing some water. Okay, so back on the AI. Oh, I forgot to do something. No. I need to share these on our social media channels. Um, what it says, AI system implementation on our real engine for game dev stream. Actually, sorry, lately I've been talking to myself a lot. Oh yeah, by the way, we'd like to thank all our subscribers, because now we have a custom link to our channel, not like those random letters and numbers. Now it's actually That's the games, which is pretty cool. So thank you. Indie game. Oh, but game dev. Perfect. Here. Oh no. Thing went back to Let's Be Games. Okay. This is not what I wanted to do. What's happening with me today? Sorry, because I need to manage our social media. And I think I tweeted the wrong thing. Sorry, Kyle. I know you just like the tweet, but it's not what it's supposed to be. So I'm just gonna delete it and tweet it again, because I used the wrong title. I don't know why it's supposed to change to AI system implementation, but it did it, so that's fine. Just retweet it. Okay, no problems with that. So Kratos, if you're still there, what's your game about? I'd like to know about it a little bit. Okay, now it's treated as it's supposed to be. And now our Facebook channel. For those who are new to this channel, if you like what you see, just click on like, subscribe, and if you want to follow us on our social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, feel free to do so. Really appreciate it. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Now that we've covered all our social media channels, let's get back into development. So yeah. Where was I? So here, so we have two parts of the tree. So if the enemy is close, if it's not close, sorry, it'll choose a random location, move to it, and then wait. That's already like the basic AI for our character. Now, the next part is what happens when our enemy is actually close. So we have two options. In our case, we have to find, I think I mentioned this at the beginning of my stream. We have two parts. One where it'll only look at our character if it's beyond a certain point, and definitely like between the area in which the character is noticeable and the area in which our enemy becomes aggressive. So let me just actually draw it so that maybe we have a bit more of an understanding of what's happening. Wait, now I have to find a pen. You know, for being like my home office, should have more pens and stuff. If not, then probably just need to like imagine that. But sometimes it's good to. Okay, I have found one. It's red though, but it's. Oh no, found another one. Perfect. So just draw it here. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me just take a look at this. So here, so like the point in the middle, if is our Ragna in this case, the white circle is the area in which this Ragna is aggressive. The kind of like colored area is the area in which our character is only like noticeable, right? So we may change it later. Maybe we'll just like take it out. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just like improve it. Excuse me. I got this idea from actually any other game, I would say. But when I created this part, I was actually thinking about a World of Warcraft. You know, how you get close to enemies, they will kind of like sense that you're around, but they're not sure, so they won't like attack or anything. Just like um, aware that you're there, um, like on standby, basically. So that's what we're doing here. Um, so yeah, so the first part is if the character is in that area, like that colored area that you saw, uh, then it'll just look at it. Um, if it's closer, like in the white area, it'll actually attack. So that's what we're trying to do here. So let's take a look at this function to see what it's doing. Okay, so yeah, it's rotating toward the character, but like every time it moves around, it'll just rotate if it's in that area, right? Of course, if it gets closer, then it'll just like move toward the character. Oh, no need to be sorry. Uh, we're here pretty much every day except on like Saturdays. Uh, it's actually like a public service announcement. Um, I don't know if you've seen on our channel, we have some podcasts that we've recorded earlier this year. Next Saturday, we're gonna have, most probably, we're gonna have another podcast, but this time it'll be more focused on our game. We'll just discuss things like what we've done so far, like for example, what we did on this week's streams, the outlook for the future on like certain tasks like AI or the hot implementation. So if you can join us that day as well, that'll be great. We'll be streaming live that podcast, so we may answer those questions live. So yeah, I mean, if you're not here tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, we're still gonna be here the next day. So you can like answer any questions anytime during those streams. We'd be happy to answer. Okay, so back to the AI. Yeah, I don't remember, however, how we're changing these conditions. So let's take a look at these, how it's working, and if it actually attacks. Well, it wouldn't really attack because right now we haven't implemented the close attack function on our character, so probably won't work. I mean, we'll see. We don't know until we see. Okay, so it's moving like it was before. Let's get a bit closer and it should look at our character. It doesn't. Probably. Interesting. It's not even like stopping for us. Don't you love it? when things don't work and you don't know why. Well, this is one of those things. So I need to put these to my other monitor and see why it's not working. So it's probably off camera right now, but what I'm doing is debugging the behavior tree, so that see what's going on there. So it's definitely trying to attack. Okay, it's following us now, so that's good because it means yeah, but it's failing because we haven't implemented that, but it should look at the character. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. Got this. Okay, so let's bring this back to here. I think I know what's happening. I think I'm missing service. So thankfully I have our previous implementation. By the way, it's on an older version of the engine. So if I find it, that would be great. I think it's here. Run creatures. No. Actors. AI. Yep. It is here. Well, I think it's in the interesting. I know where it is, but it's not. Okay, so it's here. Perfect. So, you hear my cat? You hear my cat? You just come say hello to everyone. Like I said, he doesn't like me. So his name is Totoro. He's been with me for like 4 years. And every time I work on this, he's like, no, I need your attention. So yeah, he's kind of like that meme of the squirrel, just like looking up, like giving his energy to Goku when he's trying to build a spirit bomb. So that's my cat. Just like, go away now. Say, need to get back to work. Okay, anyways. So yeah, it's strange that it doesn't work, because in the search enemy, yeah, we're just finding the enemy. So if, okay, so search for enemy. Yeah, we have the best distance. So, okay. So if it's enemy close, then it will return either, oh, and it will return the distance. Okay, cool. And then here, oh, found it. So aggression range, of course. So because here the best distance is 750, and here in the search enemy, the aggression range is 700, which means there's only like a tiny area in which our enemy will only turn around and look at our character. So that's why it wasn't, I mean, technically it was working, but because the range is too small, it wouldn't be noticeable. So for now, I'll reduce it to half, like 350. And yeah, let's make close range 350 as well. Because before we had the kind of like the mid-range attack. Oh, I need to check this out. And it's funny to say check this out. It's like check this out. It's like, oh hey, look at this. But usually check out this means to make it writable from the server. Okay, anyways, back to what matters. So yeah, because we had the kind of like this enemy close range, aggressive range, and close attack range. So our character would launch projectiles toward either Vance or Maya in the aggression or aggressive range. I don't know why I'm doing this, but aggressive range, and in the close range you would like attack with the melee attacks. So yeah, that's why it wasn't working, because from the enemy's close range, like actually the aggressive range was too small. So maybe by doing this it'll work. Let me just bring this. Did it compile? Yep. So make sure everything's fine. Yep, looks to be alright. I'll bring these for the time being. I'll put it on my other screen so I can like debug to see what's happening. Okay, let's play again. Perfect, so it is moving now. So if we get closer, it's still moving. Here we're going. Yeah, perfect. Now it is looking at our character. So if we move, it should move with us. Now it should be attacking, but because we don't have the attack yet, so it'll only move at us. Okay, so let me actually change the screen on this. Okay, changes. Okay, game show, don't fail me. Screen capture. Monitor. Select window. Okay, so if you look at this here, so this is how our behavior tree looks, right? So see how it's tilting? It's because it's rotating toward our character. So if we move, it'll keep rotating. So it seems to be working all right. If we get far, it'll just change to, okay, I need to move now, right? Then if I get closer, at some point it should sense that I'm there and just then look at me. Maybe we can like change the scale later, but for the sake of like knowing if it's working or not, well, it's working. If we get a bit closer, then it should change to attacking. So it'll move toward the enemy and attack. I think there's something going on with the camera, so apologize for that. It's kind of annoying actually. Gets closer. So yeah, it should be attacking us there, but then we have an issue because we don't have the function yet. So it's just kind of like looking forever. Yeah. Oh, and then I fell. Perfect. Let me just get back in view. Perfect. Just get back to my other window. Perfect, perfect. Okay, so that said, I think it's time to implement. Bring this back to this window, and then I will implement the attacking part. So if we look at this, so it comes here, it'll move to the, it should move to the destination. Oh, okay, let's see what's happening here. So let's take a look at the blackboard. Destination is a vector. This should actually move toward the enemy, not like destination. Where is it? Oh, here. Self-actor. Okay, we can leave it at destination for now. Yeah, where's the destination? Unless it should give me an option to change this to the enemy instead self-actor. What is it? Self-actor, no destination. Same. Okay. I guess it doesn't work. On a previous version, it was actually moving to enemy. For some reason, now it doesn't move to enemy. I guess now it should be setting it to enemy. Yeah. Here it's setting the player pawn to enemy, unless yeah, it is setting it to enemy. Save this just in case. And then here, unless there's like a new version of here, let's see if new version of directory. Nope. It's not giving me. Okay. Should be fine by the case because we have the destination of the actor. So since it's checking okay, perfect. And then we go to the close attack. So what we're doing here is it'll send a message because we're using blueprint interfaces. It'll kind of like send a message to all the actors that use this function. In this case, or actually all the actors that have this behavior tree, and then it'll attack. So yeah, So if we go to um, okay, here, so we need to override an event here. So here we go to this part. Okay, I guess for now we can do it here. So we can override a Ragnar close range attack. Yep. And then, as per our previous implementation, right now we had these spikes, like spin attack. For now, I'm just gonna use the headbutt. So we need to create a function. Let's go like this attacking. Because we're active, sorry. My eyes today, they don't see very well. Perfect. Okay, let's see. Let's sorry. Set these to true, and then let's print the string to make sure that it's going through. So let's go with the headbutt. Perfect. Let's make it yellow border color. A bit more duration to make sure it's on screen enough for us to see it. Then we're going to play this animation. Oh, we need to actually create a variable animation montage. Attack montage. Let's change. Any montage. Yep. Compile. Save. Perfect. And then we're gonna set this. You're my cat. What's there, buddy? We'll finish soon. So RC River headbutt. Okay, let's save. Let's set. We need to create a variable called launch force. Oh, I think. Sorry. Yes. I need these because. Oh, like a. Oh, duplicate. What am I doing? Jesus. Delete. Oh, like I said before, we have a parent class, and this one already has a jump force, so that we don't need to create a variable on this blueprint. So all we need to do is set jump force. Jump force. Set jump force to. Generally had it as 800. Okay. Then actually the damage. I think this actually needs to go here. We can create an integer, sorry, called damage. Integer, and just want to create another variable called attack power rating. Perfect. We don't need to make this basically just yet, because we can just like modify it from here. Okay, so back to this. I will set the damage. Set damage to 5, and then set the attacking power. Set attack power rating to 2, and 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Sorry, my cat is complaining. Perfect. So what we're doing here is just like setting different values that we're going to use later to like deal damage and all the effects. I want to see something on our. I think I can close this for now. I'm not using it, so perfect. We want to take a look at our protagonists, and actually we want to take a look at the parent class. I want to see if we have already implemented these blueprints. Yep, we have. Perfect, we have these, so it should work. Because these interface will help us figure out all the damage we're dealing and all that stuff. So back into this, we need to first like get player controller, and then we need to cast this to PGV, this PGV main. Wonder if I should use the class, or let's use this for now. Then we use this. Then we use actually, and then me attack power BI. Are there so many? I have no idea. Perfect. And then the power rating goes to here. Perfect. Now, just need to play the animation montage. No, actually, I don't want to play it here. And from here, get, and then play animation. Montage, perfect. So this goes from here to here. This is the animation montage. Yeah, I guess we can keep the same things. Okay, then we're just gonna play a delay. so that nothing else happens while we're playing this. And the duration is the duration of this animation montage. Okay. And then we just set this is acting to false. Perfect. So guess we can, I don't like everything to be like so like far away. Just for, I don't know, visual purposes. I don't like everything being like too far away. And each node from one another. And then just create a comment here, calling it close range attack. Perfect. Save first and compile. Oh, okay. Okay, so I guess there's a warning here. It says PGB main does not inherit from player controller, so I guess we need to cast something else. Is it player controller or sorry, it's player character, not controller. Let's cast this PGV main, and then let's move this here. This one goes from here to here, and this one goes from here to here. Perfect. Good, good. I like it when there are no warnings or errors. Okay, so time to see where this leaves us. Okay, Kyle says your cat sounds like a dog remix. Yeah, I don't know. Picture like a DJ, like, I don't know, like the cat version of, what's this guy's name? His name escapes me. Dead Mouse. Should be like Dead Cat, basically. It's like a big cat head, and like in all these DJs remixes, just like a meow, like every song. It's kind of cool. Okay, so now that we've implemented this, let's see if there are like any errors, something like that. Okay, let's get close. Looking at us, yeah. Let's get even closer. Oh Jesus, what you gonna do? Oh God, what's it doing? That's pretty funny. Okay, let's get close again. What is this thing doing? Oh, I think. Oh, this is so funny. Hey, look, Kratos, I made this thing jump without even knowing it. Okay. Let's get this fixed. So probably it should be something related to the jump force. Yeah, because I think. Okay, let's review our previous version to see what it was doing. The jump force.
Show the world who you are.
Okay. Probably I don't need the jump force like for this. Okay, how about I can make it 0 for now? Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, let's get close again. Okay, need to come to this. Okay. Yeah, that was the issue. We need to fix this camera. Yeah, that's why I don't like it going to a destination, because it'll go to the latest like registered destination, right? So that's why before we had it moving to the actual enemy. In this case, the enemy is Maya. So we'll need to figure that out later. But yeah, I mean, we got it back to working to like a... Actually, you know what? I think it's much better, because then it'll decrease the difficulty. Because it's like, oh hey, you gonna attack? Yeah, just dodge that thing. Yeah, right now I don't think it'll do anything, but and then if I get far, then I can just like aim to its eye, boom, or even like, yay, or if it gets closer, yeah, dang. Oh, missed it. Sorry, I'm getting like carried away. I think mine's like pretty cool, gotta say. Ah, missed it again. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. So this is what I wanted to achieve today. So let's summarize what we did today. So we were re-implementing our AI because issues with C++, issues with server, all that stuff that we don't like to hear about. So we were re-implementing this, so we transitioned from C++ to just blueprints. We missed or like lost like several functions, several like some functionality that we had already in place, but we're taking this chance to actually improve it. So we came with a behavior tree with a few errors, a few things we needed to improve. So we just made sure first that this part was working, that the extractor was moving randomly in a navigation area. When that was fixed, we fixed the speed first, because like at first it was kind of like a frenzy enemy, which is like running around super fast. We fixed that. We added these wait functions so that it would just like kind of like stop, look around for a second, then go back to just walking around, like roaming in that area. but it is constantly looking or trying to find the enemy. What we need to change though is that oh, I think it's because I kept it as a on result change. It's on value change. Or did I do that already? Can't remember. Oh, I fell again. Oh my god, I can't believe this thing. I need to make that platform larger. Yeah, no, it's not working, but we can fix that later. So, yeah. So, once the enemy is close, it'll, two things will happen. If it's not close enough, but still close, it'll just like look at our character. It depends on the range that we have defined earlier. If we go closer, then it'll actually start attacking us. I'm actually still thinking about having this. Probably we'll just go straight to here, so that it is like a true chaser, that it'll go after us. But I think this adds a bit more of, I don't know, like it gives the player an opportunity to rethink their movements and probably just like approach in a different way, or just like move on to another part of the map. But yeah, I think this is still TBD, but so far it's working. And then the other part was to actually attack our character. So if it's close enough, it'll move to here. I think I probably need to remove these because we're not using a mid-range attack, so just a close-range attack. And then it'll move to, originally it was moving to the enemy. I don't think we can do it for some reason. I don't understand why, but it should be like that. I'll just look into it later. And then it attacks, so we implemented this function here using the interfaces. Oh, hello Thomas. He's asking, are you currently hiring sound engineers or are you well served? Best regards. So Kyle, if you're still on the chat, maybe you want to talk about it as well as I finish explaining what we did here. Yeah, so the close range attack, we implemented these using blueprint interfaces. Why? Because here we just sent a message, right? When we send that message, we're saying like, oh hey, this is happening, this is close, so let's attack the character or the enemy. And then it'll come here and start attacking. So I added these because we had it before. I think I still need to work out a few details so that it doesn't, because it's jump forward. Like it doesn't need to like go like jump, like it's go forward, right? But I guess we can like bypass this for now. So I'll just set it to 0. I just set the damage value and the power rating, and then it'll actually attack our character, which any character that inherits the PGB main class. Yeah, and then we play the montage, the attack montage we define here as the ruined creature river headbutt. And then we add a delay, which it's driven by the duration of this montage, of this animation montage. And what's the end result? The end result is that uh, we select Maya. Um, we get close, it comes toward us, and then it headbutt, headbutt, headbutt. Yeah, perfect. If we get a bit far away, it'll just stop chasing us, and then it'll just look at us. It's kind of not, I see it as the river kind of like marking its territory. Like if we get closer, it's like, hey, you're in my territory, so now I feel the need of attacking you. If not, like if we're like outside its territory, it'll just like be on standby, like, oh hey, something's like threatening my space, so I'll just like try to look at it, like see what's it gonna do next. If we get a bit farther away, it'll just keep on living. It's like, yeah, nothing's happening, so I'll just keep on living. So the other test I wanted to do is see if with Vance same thing happens. It should, because we're just referencing the main class or the parent class. So okay, so yeah, it's looking toward it's looking at our character, so that's good. Let's see if we get close and it will start attacking us. Okay, yeah, it's attacking us. Perfect. Probably we need to just like adjust a few values, but yeah, perfect. And yeah, that is it. If we get far away, it'll just keep on moving without like noticing us, so it's good. Looks like it's coming after us, but it's not. It's just like moving randomly. Perfect. So, okay, I think this is it for me today. I'll see if I have the chance to stream sometime again this week. If not, you're welcome to tune in, join Kyle. Usually he streams at noon, like around noon-ish. I'd say like 12:30 Eastern time. So yeah, you're more than welcome to join him. Ask as many questions as you want, or suggestions. We're like always open to suggestions, because we learn as we go, right? So when we started working on this, at least I didn't know much about Unreal, so I've been learning on the way. Of course, there are things that I still don't know, like many things. So any suggestions are welcome. Any tips, like for example Kratos giving us tips about particles, about things, navigation meshes, about using different types of variables for our behavior tree. So that's thanks so much, by the way. So that's very useful. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in today. Very welcome. It's my first time streaming game dev. I've streamed before, just like playing games, but it's different because this is like a more, I don't know, serious matter, I guess. Probably a bit more interesting and not as saturated as like gaming, because there are like thousands of channels out there, with gaming. So yeah, be sure to check us out on our social media platforms. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram. Feel free to visit our website at www.deadcellgames.com. We are also on this website called IndieDB. So if you're in there, make sure to check us out. Follow us. For any new spectators, if you like what you see, just click on like and subscribe. We're uploading content very often, like at least once a day. We have development update videos, which are like 1 or 2 minute videos in which we show things we've achieved in the week. So uh, if you like what you see, those are like good ways. If you don't have the time to join our streams, you can just watch those videos and see what we've been doing for the past couple of days. Like I said, on Saturday, next Saturday, we'll have a podcast discussing things about our games. So it would be great if you can join us as well. Again, thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you next time.